Righty, sir. May we go down to DEFCON 1 now?
I just need to make my call.
You can make your call after you take us to DEFCON 1. Just say it into the device.
We're at DEFCON 1.
But his mission as an assassin was to kill him.
Yeah.
Does he need to...
She played him. She always plays him. When are you gonna learn not to trust Eddie?
Hey!
He can do it, and that's actually pretty convenient.
Take out the Secret Service agents and get in there. There are no Secret Service agents.
They're waiting for him.
It's a trap. They want me to go in. You think I don't know that? Well, if you knew that, why the fuck wouldn't you tell me? Because I'm covering my asset. What asset? I had someone on the inside. Leave your weapon. Enter the door, and they'll take care of you once you're inside. Put your faith in me, Mr. Harvey.
Confirmed. You need to do it again.
Go on, Daria. Do you prefer Mr. President Kevin or Mr. Assassin Kevin?
Assassin.
Stop right there! Stop! Down! Down the stairs! Get down! You fucking sell me out. Don't you fucking move! Hey, are you there? I said don't fucking move!
Not moving!
The president is in the situation room. It's in lockdown, but the code is 6969. And please, make sure you fucking kill the Secretary of Defense.
Comms room.
What?
The comms room. I need to make a call.
Do you know what's inside of you?
Yes.
Then you know that the president will not hesitate to cut you open and pull it out. You think he gives a shit about you if he's willing to end the world?
I thought that's what you people wanted.
They say they don't believe in love and they don't feel pain. I feel pain.
That's what
And
Meg
I'm
was
in love.
about.
I'm in love with the most wonderful man I have ever known.
And who's that?
His name is God.
Tell her I love her too.
True.
Where's the comms room?
What is it with you in the fucking comms room? I thought you were an assassin. I mean, who do you need to communicate with?
Maybe I'm in love too.
Oh, please.
Where is the comms room?
It's fucking up the hall to the right.
What's happening? What was that noise? I don't know. You tell me. You're God.
He doesn't give a shit. But that was what Meg was about. She embraced pain.
Are you Christopher Sunday?
Yes?
My name is Kevin. And I know this is going to sound crazy. But you're not the Prime Minister of Australia. My father, he came to you for a song. A song to stop the rain.
There's no song to stop the rain. I tell your father, but he didn't listen.
He remembers.
No. You have to give me something. He needs this. There's a flood.
Do you believe that?
No.
Then why are you here?
Because
He
wants
likes it. It's the same freaking alarm in our building, so for a sec I thought... He needs to face the truth.
Can I have my glasses back, please?
Nope. Fuck
you. Those are $200, sir. You ain't gonna pay for that.
They're gonna die.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Do what, Mr. President?
Stop fucking calling me that. I'm not the president. You're not the fucking Secretary of Defense.
You named me Secretary of Defense. You were asked, who did you want in this position, and you named me. You summoned me out of retirement, and I came back.
It's your own dead fault.
You helped me, Kevin. And now I'm here to help you. What do you want?
He doesn't know what he wants.
Or he doesn't want to tell himself.
I'm no legend.
I want to go home.
It's just that you've been known to say that before, and yet you keep leaving home and coming here.
True.
I'm sensing a lot of internal contradictions from you, Kevin.
That's why there's two of them.
It sounds like something you need to work out with yourself.
That's why there's two of them. Holy shit. Oh.
I'm not fucking killing him. Good. Because I'm not fucking letting him.
Gentlemen, language.
Fuck you!
I'm not understanding the problem.
The problem is that this is stupid. I don't care about any of this. It's bullshit. Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
No! Why the fuck would I volunteer to be cut open?
I don't know. Why would you?
I wouldn't.
And yet, here you are.
He volunteered
Knowing
to
full
die
well
again.
what is inside of you. I think you should tell him about the book you wrote.
What book?
The romance novel. I received a call from the CIA that the president was keeping a secret journal hidden behind the portrait of Millard Fillmore in the Oval. As this was clearly a national security issue, I had no choice but to procure it.
Untitled romance novel. Chapter 1.
Just read the last page. Ending's better.
The port was alive with strange faces. It was dawn by the time he found an old salt willing to part with the vessel for what bullion he had left. It wasn't for another hour, when he was a mile from the docks, that his thoughts turned back to her. He imagined her alone. By now, she would have searched the house and found it empty. She had suspected it all along, and now she knew he was a coward. A coward dressed in the uniform of a brave man. Brave enough to cross 2 oceans and a continent to find her, to fight countless enemies, and yet, in the end, he was terrified. He was terrified of her. To lie beside her, to be comforted by her as he wept, to show her he was small, for her to know that and touch his cheek and whisper words softly into his ear. All of that was a nightmare. All he knew to do was run. Take this thing out of me, so he can't ever come back here again.
Oh my god.
That was his escape, I feel like. That was... He's not capable of facing his problems and facing what he wants and stuff, so he always flees. He's done being that. Oh god.
We fucked up with Norm.
Let's go watch.
Oh, shit. that's a horrible thing happening. Well, horrible. And he came back once again. Flood is over.
I thought you were gone. Now what?
You move on.
Why does the sun go on shining? Why does the sea rush to shore?
Oh, it's perfect choice of song for this.
It's the end of the world. Why do the birds go on singing?
Jesus. What is the finale gonna be about after this? Moving on.
I don't know.
I feel.
I hope that the finale is about moving on, because since there's nothing else after that, what would be the point to just provoke a
Oh, nothing's gonna happen. That's the thing. I feel like this show is about people who are so lost that they are looking desperately for answers, and they're trying to find a goal. Like the dad was trying desperately to focus on, oh, there's gonna be a flood, I need to stop it, because if you take away the flood, now what? Now what do I do? Now he's forced to face his actual problems. He's forced to face reality, and he's forced to face himself, which is what Kevin just went through. You know, he was being asked, why did you come here? Like, why did you come if you don't believe in the cause, in your father's cause? Like, he doesn't want to admit that he had problems that he was running from. And so he says, oh, I'm going to go for what you told me. Like, I'm going to go ask the questions, because he needs a goal. He needs a reason to do these things. And he was lying to himself. So I think that was brilliant to portray. You know, every time he goes to this place, or every time he did go to this place, because he's not going to go there anymore. It's been destroyed. But every time he did go there, it was about, who are you? And first time he chose the assassin. And second time he chose the cop. This time he was both the president and the assassin, but I don't think it was a mistake that there was two of them. Because he needed to face himself.
True.
He was split between his true self, who he really wanted to be, and his own enemy
needed to be.
And his enemy was himself, because he's the only one that could face his problems and admit that he had some, in order to start dealing with them. And he could not do that. He was a coward. He ran away. Every time it got hard, he was lying to himself. He kept saying one thing, then doing the other. So it's intense that the only way for him to finally let go of that escape was to make the decision to destroy this escape for him. That was really well thought out. That's a really good episode. And now I think that's the thing. Now they have to face the music and realize that now it's over. There's the rest of their life. You know, people in that other world, they were saying that's what we want. We want you to kill us, because we don't expect anything from the future anymore. We don't expect anything from the world. And if nothing happens, we're just going to be lost. We need something to happen. We need answers. We need a goal. And he was giving them that, but that's just lying to yourself. Oh, that was intense. And I mean,
That
this
was
show,
such a wonderful episode. Every single time that he is sent back to that place is just crazy and so well done. And this time it just topped the cake, guys.
yeah, and every character in this episode, like, that was what they went through. John and the woman, like, they needed something to happen. Like, they felt lost, and they focused so much on stuff that, yeah, Evie knew she was loved. Like, people were telling John that, but we needed to focus on something. I need her to know. Or he thought she was alive before. Like, he needed to focus on something, because otherwise he would face the fact that she was gone for good, and he was never gonna be able to tell her that he loved her. So he was focusing on that. Just like the mom, she could not face the fact that they were gone, so she had to focus on something. Where are the shoes? And Kevin brings back the answers. They're like, they don't
she's
know.
not satisfied with it.
Like, just like Meg, like you said in the episode, when she was asking about her mom, she was focusing so much on something that was not important. And it's so not important that when you get your answer, you're not happy. That doesn't change anything. Now what? Now what are you going to do? And, you know, when you lose someone you love, you're going to focus on stuff like that. You focus on stuff that's so not important that it kind of overshadows everything else. Like, you're going to have a fight with someone that dies. You're going to focus on the fight instead of focusing on the rest of his life you spent with that person. Or in Meg's case, like, your mom was trying to tell you something. That does not define your relationship with your mom, but you focus on it because you need answers. You need something to happen. You need to put your mind somewhere else. And it's really sad because everyone goes through something like that. And in this series where so many people went missing and you cannot explain it, there are so many people going through it at the same time that it feels even bigger because no one can give you your answer. Everyone's lost.
Yeah.
I'm actually really glad that Kevin might pull through. That, I mean, there's still one episode left, so I'm gonna wait. But I feel like this really healed him, and it freed him a little bit for him to admit that he was running away from his issues, and to admit that he fucked up.
The first tip in healing yourself is to admit that you have a problem.
Yeah.
After that, you just need to take time to face it one step at a time.
Because that's
I'm a bit
his
sad.
problem.
I thought that we would have probably seen Laurie in the other place, but maybe like you said, since she was happy with her decision and she didn't have any regrets,
She's not there.
yeah. Unless she didn't die. That we won't know before the end of the series.
Well, I mean, I think she's gone, but yeah, we could
I
be
know.
surprised.
I know.
Yeah, and you know, the characters in this show, it's interesting because there are so many characters that we don't see anymore. Like Jill, we don't see her. Tommy, we don't see him much. And what's her name? Friendly Neighbor's wife. John's ex-wife.
Rebecca?
I don't remember. But her, we don't see them anymore.
Name. Sorry, guys.
We don't see them anymore because they got that closure. They got what they wanted, and now they have to face the rest of their lives, and they accepted it. So now we were with the characters that were so focused on that one thing of the past that they could not look to the future. And Nora is facing it right now. Kevin faced it. The dad is facing it too right now. For him to be like, what do I do next? That's the point of the show. When something like that happens, when tragedy strikes, when you lose someone, what next? You have to make peace with yourself and you have to move on. You cannot focus on the past like this because it's going to destroy you like it did Meg.
Yeah.
Anyway, at this point I really want to find out what the finale is going to be about. So
usually we're not disappointed with the finale.
This
well,
is.
I mean, with season 2 maybe, but usually we're not.
This show plays with our heads and our minds so much. It's interesting because it's a show, I feel like it's not easy to get into this show, but it's a show that you can watch several times and still be surprised by because you're going to notice so many things. It's really well thought out. Like, we're going to discuss this more at the finale, but the mind behind this show was great. Really great. So we're going to move on and watch the finale. Thank you guys.
God, it's been a while.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the finale of the series right now, you can.
And it's already up on the Patreon, guys. The link is just right on there below, so don't forget to subscribe. And if not, wait just for the next week to see the finale on YouTube with us, guys.
Yeah.
See you there.
Bye.